Hey everybody, welcome back to the Redneck Racing channel. We are in the process of major Camaro disassembly right now. As you can see, we already have the engine and the transmission tore out of it. We just did that off camera because we've done it 100 times and it's in other videos, and I don't know. We just did it quick last night. It took us like 3 hours. And then we pushed it over here into the less of a fire hazard barn. And our goal...
If the shed did light on fire, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world.
Except that this shed is closer to the house, but... we are, our goal is to fix the mount. She's dead. I'm pretty sure she's dead. Nope, not dead.
What?
Alright, anyways, our goal for today is to fix the mounting bracket right there, because it's a little bit rotted out. So, we gotta roll the entire front subframe out from underneath the car. And then, we went and got one of these things from Fleet Farm. Pretty much the cheapest MIG welder we could find at Fleet Farm.
I.e. junk.
It shouldn't be a complete piece of junk. It wasn't the cheapest MIG welder, period. It was just the cheapest one we could get at Fleet Farm. So hopefully it's not complete and total junk. And then we're going to figure out how to weld. Kind of. We're not exactly sure what we're going to have to do. I've only used a MIG welder for a grand total of about 4 hours in my entire lifetime. Well, probably less than that, 2 hours. And Peter's never welded anything before in his life. So this is going to be fantastic.
Well, you're going to weld this. I'll learn how to weld it.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. MIG welding ain't that hard though, so we should be able to figure it out. And if I can stick weld, I should be able to MIG weld, especially since I have done it before once. So we're gonna get right into tearing. Well, I guess we're already tearing it apart because that fender's already gone. That fender's about to go. We gotta unhook the steering rack, the battery. Did you get all the wires undone?
We gotta snip some zip ties. And then
yeah, the zip ties gotta get snipped, and the wires gotta get unhooked from the front here. And then we're gonna leave the whole front bumper and everything right on here. Put some stands underneath the rockers of the car in front there, or put stands underneath somewhere. And then there's just 2 bolts on each side here, so that's 4 big old bolts. Drop those out, roll the whole frame out into the gravel over there so we don't light stuff on fire, or maybe just right here so we only light a little bit of stuff on fire. And then weld a new plate, drill a new hole, and then put it back together.
And chances are the bolts are going to be just rusted in there, and we're going to snap them off because they're rusted like in the fender thing.
So then when we put your frame back underneath there, we just weld the frame on instead.
No, then we weld a nut onto the bolt, because we can do that now.
That is correct.
Instead
We
of
can.
filling it up like a bunch of idiots.
We can definitely do that.
We're lifting the car up now.
We got all 4 bolts out, and we decided to start recording just in case something falls and we lose an appendage.
Yep. Okay, that's fine. That's all you need to lift it. It's plenty off the thing.
Oh, really?
Yep. So, it's tipping forward because of the elephant bar on the front. So, like that.
No, so it actually is tipping the other way.
Yeah, I told you it would.
Not a thought that.
I told you it would.
Alright.
So yeah, as you can see, these bolts were on their way out. They were done. There was one good one. I have a hunch that this one was replaced at some point in the middle of its life. Just one was.
Alright, well, as you can see,
I was just like, oh, just fall.
Look at that. This is the most apart we've ever had a car, for sure. It is literally completely.
This one is totally good.
Like, we got Darth Maul car up in here. Yeah, this is what we want the mall to look like. I don't know why this one is factory, and that one is sacked, and that one is super sacked.
This is worse than I thought it was.
That one's really sacked. So it looks like we got to do 3 out of the 4 of them. We got to do that one. This one isn't horrible,
but it needs to be touched
it needs
up.
to be fixed. That one for sure needs to be fixed, and so does that one. It's like, for reference, like there's my hand on versus what size.
That is a terrible reference.
Like that's how big the hole needs to be, and that's how big it really is. It's way bigger. Yeah, get an actual reference.
Yeah,
I'm measuring this like horses.
This one fits in with just a little bit of slop. But then in here, I can probably just about tap dance his butt right through there.
Yeah. So
this one.
we're gonna get a grinder, grind all this out, so we have solid metal back somewhere in here,
Yeah.
and then just get a big plate and just slap a whole plate on top of it.
This one, I'm kind of curious if I can just buy new ones of these, just this piece.
I mean, it's welded.
I mean, it's welded, but you can grind these welds off.
Right.
Because, I mean, this is a little bit thin steel, so...
You can weld it.
Well, I mean, by the time we grind away some to get the rust out of there, and...
I mean, yeah, but we just got to make sure you get these holes in the exact right place.
Wow.
Because if they ain't, that's going to be a big problem.
Alright, so we left off, car was all apart, so we went and ground out all the stuff that we needed to, and then I made these hinky stinky plates here, like that. I mean, you probably can't see this very well, like that. And I ground off and beveled that one edge, like you see there, and this, you can tap dance his butt right in here like this. Fits perfect. We're gonna run a bead right along here, and around this edge, and around that edge. And then on the other side, we're gonna run a bead in the circle, like this. And then we're gonna drill this out in the center. After we get all of these done, and then we're gonna base our calculations off of that one. So, Adam is gonna get welding here real quick, or shortly. Once he gets something out of his eye.
Yep.
Dude, you can put it on the metal first. One.
Yeah, you can, but sometimes it'll just stick.
Wow, true. But, I mean, it doesn't give it juice until you hit the trigger.
Oh, yeah.
See?
I actually wish it did.
How bad did you botch it up already?
I'm just trying to tack it on.
Oh, wait, don't break it.
Well, I'm working on it.
Oh, fire going there.
Where?
The oil is just oil burning off of it. No. If you did, I wouldn't tell you. Yeah.
Give me a hammer.
Oh, look at that! You did light it on fire.
All of a sudden I started smelling something. I was like, that ain't factory.
Well, that's mint.
Also, that bead is
That bead is amazing. Yeah. It's probably because it was on fire. That's why.
Oh yeah, look at all that.
Oh, it's the undercoating.
That's hot. That's really hot. Hot.
Alright, there's your hammer. I think this will work really well, actually. That bead looks fine. What are you talking about?
It didn't hook on me.
Oh, it didn't?
Welded a big chunk on there.
That's fine. That little bit's fine. We need one of them scraper boys. Kind of mint because I can watch the welding through your camera and it doesn't hurt your eyes.
Right.
So I'm gonna move my foot. Alright, so we got this one done. Actually, looks okay. We kind of tested on it a little bit with a hammer, and I don't think it's going anywhere. So, I'm kind of surprised actually, but not really. So, we're working on this one. Adam ran that bead on the back. I can't see.
That's almost perfect. Like, I consider
It's
that professional.
almost perfect. He ran that in one go, so he's all happy with himself. Except he should have ran the front first, because now this thing is crooked because it was a little weebly wobbly. But whatever. The bushing.
We beat it down with a hammer.
Yeah, we beat it down with a hammer in a little bit, and yeah, we could take a maul to it. I have a maul,
I mean, if you really want to.
but I don't really care that much because the bushing will take up the slack.
Hopefully. It shouldn't be off. It's not really off by that.
No, it's like maybe an 1/8 inch at most. Well, it's cherry red on that one side, so I think you got a weld there or something. Either that or a booger. Well, that's a booger.
Right here it got nice.
Yeah. Whatever. Hey, I mean, you gotta get that undercoating off of there somehow. Like, I'm telling you. It's just sitting there making more rust now, since half of it fell off.
Alright, we got all the plates welded in on the underside, and we already got the entire subframe flipped back over. We are about to drill out the hole on this side. We made a couple of marks. We had a couple of errors first, but that one is the right one. Basically, all we did was we measured these two holes should be parallel, so we took that giant T-square and we went from one end of there to the other end of there, divided the difference, found the middle, and came straight across to the T-square, drew this line, and then to double check it, we measured from the end to there and from the end to there, and it landed in the exact same spot, which is that line. So that line is where the hole needs to be this way. And then we took the ruler underneath the car and measured center on center to the bolt holes in the car and found it to be, what, 33.5, which we verified with the internet. And then we drew a big line. I don't know if you can see where I dragged it through the grease there. There's the little line right there. So we found the center there again, measuring and then dividing in half. And then took the T-square, or we actually took the tape measure, measured 33.5 right there, and X marks the spot.
And that looks about right too,
Eyeballing it, that looks mint. So Peter's gonna drill that hole. I'm gonna weld on the top of that piece right there, and then
Also, in other news,
we'll
this drill now has grip on it because all that undercoating and like tar stuff we scraped
Oh,
off.
nice.
And wire brushing. Like, feel it. It's all sorts of grippy right now.
oh yeah.
I can leaves your nice residue on your hands, but
You'll have that. Alright, we're gonna get to work. It's getting late, and we'll be back yeah, probably tomorrow sometime, unless we actually get a move on tonight yet. So we'll see you guys then. Alright everybody, we got backhoe drilled. I don't know, did I put that in the last video?
No.
Okay, we got the backhoe drilled. We got the front holes marked out where we gotta drill them. And this one here, this one we determined where we need to drill is right between the X and the line. It's like right there. We tried welding around these again, and it kind of just started blowing through this stuff, so we decided to just call it good enough with the weld on the bottom, which is a lot, so it really shouldn't go anywhere. And we're going to bed because it's late for us now.
You gotta start working at what?
5.
I start at 6. So
Yeah,
we're gonna be tired tomorrow, but
it is what it is.
we're knocking it out.
So then tomorrow off camera you're probably gonna drill these 2 holes. That's not that exciting. And then roll the frame back underneath the car. Alright, so anyways, we got the holes marked out in the front. We're calling her quits for today. When we pick up again, hopefully the frame will be all the way back underneath the car, possibly already bolted in. I don't know how much of that we're going to cover, but then we will slap the engine back in, and that is going to be a separate video with a little extra. It's not going back together exactly the way we took it out, so you're going to have to stay tuned to watch that video, but we'll just say that Super T10 that we had is not going back in.
won't.
Yep. So that's all we're going to say about that. We will pick this up again tomorrow or the next day, whenever we get a chance to pick this up again and get the frame back underneath the car. Alright everybody, we're going to end off this video right here. The frame is back underneath the car. We got it back in the shop, ready to put the engine and transmission back in. Like we said before, that Super T10 is not going back in. You guys are going to have to stay tuned and watch the next video to figure out what we're going to be doing with that. It's going to be pretty cool, I think. It should be pretty cool. It should work out pretty slick too.
There isn't many people that have done this.
So yeah,
So
it's going to be an interesting swap. We're going to see how it goes. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next video when we get working on the engine and transmission.